take out the Denver. It looks like a brisket. Okay.
So this is the piece that left after we took out the steaks?
Chakai.
Chakai.
It doesn't have a chakai anymore.
And what are you intending to do? What's your plan?
We're gonna make the brisket that you want.
Brisket. Okay.
Well, an imitation brisket. It's not a real brisket. This is not the perfect brisket, but there's something that can
Let's
be
get
like a brisket.
and roast, maybe using
Yeah,
this.
it looks like a brisket.
So Chuck can get that big, 27 pounds.
Bigger. Depends how big the cow is. You can have cows up to 1,500 pounds, 1,700 pounds.
What are you removing?
All the fats, the skins, the silver linings. These are not good.
They can be used, these pieces, did you
Yeah.
remove for something?
Yeah,
Or for
for the soup.
For the stew. Okay. Or the cholent.
Yeah, I just need to see where the piece starts and where the piece ends. You see this? We're gonna make a roast as we're doing it also. It's still frozen a little bit. Okay. That'd be a good roast.
It looks like this part close to the ribs. The very end over there, right?
Mm-hmm. This was a cholent.
So this big part that left over is going to be for brisket.
Okay. So we can.
Roast. Preparing for roast.
Netted roast.
You bake it with the net and then you cut it. So when it's in the net, you can actually add more pieces.
Yeah.
Because the net holds it together.
Right. Okay. Now we pull the string so we can start tying it. Okay.
Have to be tight. Okay.
So roast is the roast. The best thing to do for the roast sometimes is just to put it in boiling water. Just boil it for about 3 hours. And after you boil it, you take it out and you let it cool a little bit. And then you can add your sauces and you can put it in the oven with whatever
with the
vegetable, still with a net, with the vegetables that you want. It can be grilled onions, potatoes, bell peppers, anything you want. Okay. Then you can put some wine in it. You can use some beef broth, vegetable broth, anything like this. And after you cook it in the oven, then you can take it out, let it cool down, and then stick it in the fridge overnight. The next day, you can take out the roast, netted roast, and it's going to stay in the shape that you formed it. Then you can slice it. And after you slice it, you have beautiful medallion style steaks or roast. That's pretty much what we're doing here right now. That's already done. Here's the roast. So all the pieces that are left over, you don't necessarily have to make cholent. You can make other things during the week. You can have some Mexican dishes. You can grind this if you have one of a grinder. This is perfect for ground beef also. You can clean it up, take out all this fat, and then tenderize it with a hammer. There's the meat hammers. Those are perfect also. You can make Salisbury steaks. You can have
You're talking about this hammer?
chicken fries. Yeah, these are perfect. Let me show you a little bit of one of the pieces. Look. A lot of people don't know that you can make a lot of kosher piece of meat that you normally don't find in the kosher department. Like here, you can tenderize the meat. Okay. You can make something called chicken fried steaks.
Chicken?
Chicken fried steaks.
Like it's fried like schnitzel.
You tenderize it like this. You take regular flour, dip it in flour, powder it.
Like schnitzel.
Like a schnitzel, exactly like a schnitzel. You put an egg, and you put more flour, and then you deep fry it. Okay, it's so tender, and you can make a white gravy just with flour, a little bit of olive oil, some salt and pepper. That's it, and you have a beautiful, really thin, tender, juicy chicken fried steak. Okay,
Good to know.
but all these pieces are good. All this fat, this is a good fat that gives flavor to the meats, to the dishes. So when you take out the fats of meat, the fat is what is going to give it the flavor. That's what gives it that beautiful smell, that sweetness, and so it's good even to add it on to the meat. You don't necessarily have to eat it, but it gives it a beautiful flavor, and it gives it that juiciness
In the stew.
in the stew or anything else you want. You can make something called carnitas. We make tacos out of this also. We make something called carne guisada. There's so many dishes that you can make with this. So all this meat, we don't throw away anything. It's so expensive, you can't throw it away.
It's a big piece of
It's
fat.
a big piece of,
You don't
but it's
throw-
got meat and fat and everything in it. So all this fat can render out also. You can always cook it and then just drain out all the oil, the fat. Okay. We also have something called, instead of using oil, you want to make a dish, you can render all this fat out,
Give you a pan.
and then and you can save it. You can drain it and have a nice clear fat base for other dishes that you want. Okay? So I hope you guys learned something today,
For sure.
and see that there's so many things that you can actually do with a piece of meat. There's so many characters, so many things, and try to understand, learn, watch videos, try to expand your understanding on how to do things. We don't have to be limited. Not because we have kosher we're limited. We're not. We have so many steaks, so many cuts, so many dishes that you can cook that can be from around the world. Enjoy.
Zekuru, thank you. Shama Medina from Dallas, Texas. Thank you.